Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Retro Pop Planet. And welcome to the very first episode of a series that I'm calling Discontinued Foods. In these videos, I am going to attempt to bring back foods that no longer exist. Foods that have been discontinued from your favorite restaurant chains, maybe restaurant chains that no longer exist, as well as chain food restaurants. And we're kind of starting with an easy one. If you can't tell from the cover photo, we're gonna be trying to bring back the 1987 McDonald's promotion for their holiday nuggets. But before we can do any of that, we need to talk commercials. If I were to ask you what are the most memorable holiday commercials, I bet we would come up with the same commercials. Of course, there is the McDonald's ice skating commercial. There are also the Hershey Kisses Bells commercial. And who could forget the Folgers commercial with Peter? Now, this was like a freaking mini series. They re-released this commercial so many times. And there's an extended cut.
Thanks a lot. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Everyone's asleep.
I know how to wake them up. Come on.
I missed you, Mom.
How you doing?
Best wishes for this and all your mornings from Folgers.
Where it goes into a little bit more of the story. Although we never really get who exactly Peter is. Is he their son? Has he been away in the military? Has he been away in school? Has he been living overseas? Who is this friend that drops him off? Is he been in jail, which is my theory. And I guess his parents didn't know he was coming home, and he wakens the entire family with Folgers. And even like the 8-year-old sister is super excited to get a cup of this delicious instant coffee. But the thing about these holiday commercials is they are designed to pull your heartstrings while pushing their product. And in some cases, the product isn't even out very long. And that's the case in point of our McDonald's Holiday McNuggets.
Dip into the holiday spirit with something new. McDonald's Holiday Chicken McNuggets in festive 9 and 20-piece packs. Tasty chunks of chicken and 2 new sauces. Tangy cranberry with a twist of orange and sweet apple spiced with cinnamon. Better chime in before holiday McNuggets are gone.
Now, McDonald's has this weird bit where they will make something and it's in such a limited run that most people don't even remember it because it may have never even come to their local establishment, or it had sold out so fast, or it's just not successful and therefore not all that memorable. And that's the case in point with these holiday McNuggets. The one thing that people do remember is the freaking packaging that it came in. Now, you had 2 options for McNuggets. You had 20-piece or you had the 9-piece. McDonald's still produces the 20-piece as a purchase item, but they no longer offer a 9. It's either 20 or 10. And the modern day packaging is just kind of boring. It's recycled cardboard, and there's really not a whole lot that's very appealing about it. The holiday McNuggets, it was all about the packaging. The packaging looked like a freaking gift, like a present that you actually would unwrap. And I guess they were designed to take to a family gathering or an office party or a function at your church, or something along those lines where you needed to be fun and festive. However, if you've ever taken chicken McNuggets out of the actual store, they stay warm for maybe 3 minutes, and especially in the wintertime, by the time you get them to your destination, they're going to be cold and dry. So it seems like a near miss. However, the packaging is freaking beautiful. The other thing that makes these McNuggets unique is that McDonald's doesn't do a lot as far as changing the McNuggets themselves. They pretty much remain unchanged since they were initially rolled out. The bit that McDonald's does is that they always try to come up with a different type of sauce. My memory is kind of short on these because I never got a chance to try them because they never were even at my location, or they were already sold out when I went to go try them. And that's probably the same with these sauces too. You had a cranberry orange sauce and you had an apple cinnamon. Both look delicious, but again, I never tried these. So because I never tried these, I can just kind of guesstimate what the flavor was like. So let's set about trying to recreate McDonald's 1987 holiday McNuggets, and let's head over to the kitchen. All right, let's start with the cranberry orange sauce. I found this bottle of chutney at my local Wegmans. It tastes damn near perfect right out of the jar. If you don't have a Wegmans, or if you can't find a similar condiment, then try using a can of jellied cranberries and either add zest of an orange or orange extract. So I initially brought a cup and a half of water to a roiling boil on the stove top, and then I added tablespoons of the chutney to the water. This actually turned out to be far too much water. It took a long time just to boil away, so I would definitely start with maybe half a cup and then go from there. So less is more when it comes to the water. I'm also adding a 1/4 teaspoon of onion and garlic powder because McDonald's put those in all of their dipping sauces. Another ingredient you want is Cairo corn syrup. This is going to give you that consistency that's in all McDonald's dipping sauces. Now you're going to want to strain your mixture to remove any of the chunks of fruit because you would have already boiled out any flavor anyway, and you're going to get that clear consistency of a McDonald's dipping sauce. And it'll make your final presentation much nicer. This is also a good time to check your flavor and your texture. My flavor is good on this, but the texture is a little too liquidy, so I'm adding more Cairo syrup. Moving on to the apple cinnamon, I found this Hunter & Hillsburg apple cider jelly. I use this stuff because I couldn't find any Smucker's apple jelly in the store. I'm repeating the same process as before, using far less water. I'm also adding a 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, of garlic powder, and then my cinnamon. I'm also gonna add a bit of this whole allspice, and I'm gonna float some cinnamon sticks. And don't forget more Cairo. You're gonna strain this batch also, and also check for taste and texture. I'm then popping both batches in the fridge for 24 hours. Okay guys, welcome back. What did you think? I obviously started off with an easy one because I wanted to see how this series was gonna do. I had an absolute riot. Credit to Matt over at Dinosaur Dracula, who initially came up with this idea years and years and years ago. I took his idea and advanced it forward. On his website, he actually has the original box. I tried finding a version on eBay, and of course, I couldn't find anything. However, there were a couple promotional buttons and things that maybe staff wore. So like an insane man, I went out and I actually found the box at Party City and I wrapped it. So this is a really easy recipe, and I actually think they're fantastic. The one thing I will say is, even though McDonald's, all of their sauces have onion and garlic powder, I almost would rather have none of that in these two sauces. I like them sweet. These sauces, if you can find them, are phenomenal. And they taste great with a cheese board. So if you're gonna make this on your own, I would honestly get rid of the onion and the garlic and just eat them sweet instead of trying to make them more savory. Now, I don't think there's any reason that McDonald's should bring these back. They weren't all that memorable, and I guess the demand wasn't too high that people actually were craving these sauces, or they just didn't roll them out in very many locations. However, they had a ton of promotion for this, and I do remember these commercials back in the day. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this series, and I don't come off like a complete weirdo trying to bring back fast food products that no longer exist. But I have a lot of memories for this type of thing, and I have some really cool ideas going forward, and I've actually already cut some videos, and I think you guys are going to enjoy them because I see on Reddit threads all the time people are asking for recipes, duplicate copycat recipes, and that's kind of where I'm going with this series as well. So anyway, guys, if you like this video, please give it a like. Leave me a comment, let me know if you actually remembered what these taste like and if I seemed a little bit off base in any of my ingredients. I'm really curious if you worked at one of these McDonald's back in the day, if you actually remembered these sauces and what they taste like. And hit that subscribe button if you like this kind of content. I'm looking forward to doing some of these again, and I will catch you guys on the next one.